so excited to share some video with you talking about how to use your new Phases and Forests Oracle deck once you receive it. This is an Oracle deck that I created over the course of 3 years. If you are a Kickstarter backer, you get as a bonus for backing the deck, you're going to receive your wooden token and this exclusive sticker that says Phases and Forests Oracle deck. So this is only for backers. This will be available in the shop, and but if you're a backer, you will receive this with your deck as a thank you, because I would not have been able to print this and produce this without that help, without that seed money. So on one side we have the moon to represent the phases, and on the other side we have the grounded person with the leaves to represent the forest and the grounding in the forest. So I will set this over here, and with the Oracle deck, you receive the guide booklet. Actually, this is the one I was writing all over for editing. So I haven't received the update yet. I'll be receiving the decks as soon as they are ready. As soon as they are in, I'll start shipping them out to you. So I don't have the final notebook there, but I have nice little brief interpretations for everything in here. But these guides that I want to do here as this resource is to deep dive into each of these cards a little bit more. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. And I will start doing some for the Roots and Wings Oracle deck as well. This was my first Oracle deck, and that one's going to be in stock at the same time. So I've been taking some notes and writing some things down. I think one of the really fun things about this deck in relationship, or in contrast maybe to some other decks that you might have, is just being able to sit with it. I'm coming up with a few spreads, but also like organizing the cards. So one of the things you'll see in the new guidebook is that I've created little symbols that go beside each title. So it either will have a bird, which represents animal, or a plant that that's a leaf that represents a plant that's on it. I also have a tree that will represent, I have a collection of tree cards. I have hands that represent a human figure card, and is that all? Well, the moons are their own thing, and then suns represent season cards. So I have all 4 seasons, or the changing of the seasons. Yeah, and then I have a guidebook in the back, or a guide in the back of the, or it might be in the front. I don't remember exactly where I put this. So when you receive your deck, one of the things that you might find really nice to do to first get to know your deck is to separate it into, this is a plant card. This has the jewel weed. If you want to know the name of the plant, all of that is in here. So when you look up joy, everything is alphabetical. But then right beside it, it will say the jewel weed, and then it will have the leaf to represent that it's a plant card. So like, for example, this one is, sometimes we feel like we need permission or special circumstances to find and feel joy. The jewel weed has seeds that burst forth like an explosion when they are touched. It is a beautiful image of the contagious nature of joy. And also, I think I didn't include that. And it has the journal prompt down here. When was the last time you felt the pure sense of joy? And are you allowing yourself to be happy? So that's how you can kind of get to know the card a little bit more. And then through these videos, I'll take it even into more depth, because with this card, I would talk a little bit about how there's water circulating here. The sun has a symbolism with it, the rocks also. So we can go into a lot more depth with how you can use your deck to create even more language, even more symbolism, and more understanding. So a next collection or category is human. So this has got a kind of a human form with it, and so I have several cards with human forms, and some of the cards are even going to fit into a couple categories. Here we have salamanders. This is the red F, I think is what it's called at that stage, or I'll have to look it up. And here you also have kind of a tree growing. It's sort of a symbolic tree of life. And then another symbol to kind of use as a category are the roots. So we'll go into more and more depth on all of that. But as a beginning, speaking of beginnings, there's the beginning card. That's a flower, another plant. Here we have another animal card. But also we've got a lot of different symbols going along here. So I do have some tree cards, and so that's another category. And here I do have the season written on the card, the ones that represent a season. So we have the summer solstice, another animal card here with the blue heron. We have a wolf for trust. And then the last collection is the moon cards. So I have 8 moon cards for each moon phases. I don't have the like eclipses and those sorts of things, but there are going to be ways that we can incorporate that. We have another season, another moon, a tree for bound and boundaries. Here's another human card, a plant card, human card. Now here's one where you can choose between the plant and the animal, and I think that can kind of go back and forth where you're feeling that day. Today I'm leaning, a lot of times I'll put it over here in the plants, but today I'm leaning towards the Luna moth. It's April, we have another large eclipse coming, so I feel like maybe it should be with the Luna. We've got another otter, bird, plant. There's also a bumblebee down there. Another plant, bird, flower, owl. This is a season card. This one's a tree. So start looking, when you're looking at the cards, looking at, is there suns? Are there moons? Kind of, this one actually is a moon on moon. So night vision is kind of looking beyond, like behind the curtain, kind of, that's what that one is meant to represent a little bit, and part of the unknown. So just looking at that, the little details, even looking at the birds. Some of the cards are very specific about how many birds I put on there and symbolism with that. Some of them are just filled with birds, and there is a correlation there. Here we have overcome with the bear and the blackberry. So I think the animals are a little more sparse than the plants. So a lot of times I'll put them in the animal category. Rooted, moon. Here's another one with the bee balm and the hummingbird. And you can choose between these two categories. Another human card, another moon, the dandelion for desire, echinacea, bloodroot. There's a little tiny bat in this cave, a moon, mushrooms, a tree card, but this is also a tree card with hands, so you can choose between the two. This is another human card, animal. This is another one that can kind of go between the two. I'm going to put it over here for the bloodroot. And then our last season card. So this is one way to kind of sort them out and get a feeling for the different kinds of collections as a first sort of introduction into the deck.